Alright, so the exciting topic of how to clean out the threaded holes for where the head studs go. So you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 head studs on each side. So when you pull out the old ones, they leave a lot of junk behind. In this case, we're going to put ARP head studs in here, but even if you were going back with steel head studs, you still want to be able to clean these holes out. ARP, it's not that important on the height, installed height. For the stock Porsche ones, where you would use a barrel nut on the end, it's very important because you have to get the stud set at the proper length so that the barrel nut can be tightened with the Allen wrench. Now, what I like to do is fill the holes with just a little brake clean. So I've got the first 6 holes already done. We're working on the last 6. I won't make you sit through all 6, I'll just show you one. But I've got these holes just basically full of brake clean. Now I'm going to use a 10 by 150, and this is just a cleaning tap. So we never want to see metal shavings come out. We're going to see a lot of black junk come out, which is old Loctite or whatever was used to install it, 574, typically red Loctite. So we're just trying to clean those threads out, and we want to make sure that our cleaning tap is also clean. And then the trick here is you do not want to cross thread these. Number one, you're gonna end up having to have a case repair made, or number two, you'll break your tap. And we were fortunate enough to get all of the head studs out without breaking any of them, so we certainly don't want to start now. So I've got my hole pre-filled with some brake clean, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start it by hand so that the threads can just find themselves. Alright, so we've got it by hand. Now this is just a snap-on tap holder, and I've got a 1/4 inch wrench because I don't want to put a tremendous amount of pressure on it with a 3/8 inch adapter on there. So what I'm going to do is try to keep even pressure. I do not want to break this tap. So even pressure, and it's not easy to turn, so you do need this this torque. But as we're going, I'm watching on the bottom and I'm seeing fluid come out. The fluid that I put in are coming out of the flutes of the tap, so that's good news. And I am just going to continue to get this guy down in there. Now when it starts to feel super tight, I then just back off about half a turn, and then I can go back at it. The flutes will catch some of the junk. The idea here is with that fluid in there, it'll help to push it up and out of the hole, all the junk we're getting. Now I know on this particular cleaning tap, I get about halfway down the barrel of the non-threaded portion, and I'm getting towards the bottom of the hole. So even though there is some resistance here, I can still feel when I get to the bottom, it changes. It's like screwing in a tight bolt. So I've still got plenty of room, right? Some people do this with a drill. I've just had different luck where do it by hand, take my time, clean them out. Okay, now I can feel it. It's actually gotten tight, which means the bottom of the tap is probably near the bottom of that hole. So I know based on how long my installed stud threads are that I am plenty deep now. So now I just back it out, the same gentle yet firm, so that we don't screw anything up, and just back this sucker out. We just keep it moving. And the other reason I like to preload it with brake clean is to keep the heat down. You can generate some serious heat. Alright, as I get to those last couple threads, I feel it getting loose. I don't want any torque moment, so I'm just going to undo it by hand. And then I can look at my tap and I can see that there's some stuff on it. Plus, I got my handy dandy brake clean. All that black stuff that just came out, got on my arm, that's exactly what we were trying to clean out. So I cleaned that off of my tap, clean the bottom also, check my next hole, make sure it's pre-filled, and I do the process all over again. But this is a cleaning tap, not a cutting tap. All I'm trying to do is clean up the holes. I'm not making new threads. I'm just chasing the threads that are already there to make sure that they're nice and clean. So we'll keep going. We got 5 more to go, but hopefully this helps you a little bit when you're trying to reassemble your motor. Thanks for watching. Check us out at BreitWerks.com.